All right, well, I know what you're doing. You're eating and you're pooping. And that means this gets to be a mess. So I am going to clean this out today. Bring you guys along for the ride. Yay. All right, so what I do is I scoop out. Sometimes people just pile shavings on. I don't feel like this is deep enough for me to just keep adding shavings and then, end up like with 2 feet of shavings by the time I move these guys out. It's not that much, but so what I do is I actually remove all the old shavings every time and put in all new shavings. It's pretty awesome. The way I do it is I have, a couple of different size dustpans, and then I just put it in a big Tupperware jug, Tupperware container. Is that Tupperware? What do we call that? Roughneck? Something? Anyway, it's we're not saving it for later. And I'll put it in there, and then I carry it. Where am I looking? Over here, and I drop it into the raised beds so that it can all go towards growing stuff. Hi guys. Okay, take out the water. I take your feed. Excuse me. Can you get off? Hey, move your little fuzzy butt. Excuse me. Thank you. All right, I gotta get in here. Scooch, scooch. Put on the other end. Go, go, go. Go, go. Now it seems like there's probably a lot of use left in these chips. And that's because there probably is. But for 8 cubic feet down a Tractor Supply, for an 8 cubic foot bag, it's $4.69. So that's less than the cost of 2 chicks. And if that's what it costs to give them a clean environment that's healthy, because ultimately these guys are going to be meat birds. So what's going into them someday is going into us. So I'd rather just have it clean. And if I lose birds because it's dirty, then it's stupid of me to not have spent the price of 1 bag of shavings to be able to chain this out every few days while they're in here. I go about halfway, and now I want to put some new shavings on this side, smoosh them all down here, and then do all the ones on that side. And smoosh, by the way, I've learned is a farming term. I might be the only one using that. They really pack these in here, which is nice. So you get a lot of shavings for, 1 bag. Tell you, the first time I loaded this up with shavings to get ready to receive brand new chicks, I was so sure I was going to lose all these guys like they were jumping into a ball pit or something, Just blink and disappear out the bottom. But they don't, and in no time at all. These are, packed down to the level that makes them happy. And these guys are so happy when they get new shavings. They'll be over here digging and scratching. It'll be great. Yeah, they're probably getting big enough I can move it up a notch. My goal with raising the water is not to, make them stretch or do any of that, because I still want them to bend their beak down to get it like they would in nature. It's just to reduce the amount of shavings that they kick into their water, because they're pretty indiscriminate like that. All right. I'm going to go dump this basket of shavings in the garden, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do the other side. I'm going to take my camera. You guys want to go to the other side, or are you just going to wait here? You wait here? They're all packed in the corner right next to the camera. Hi. Where are the chickens? All right, I got to clean this side now. Smooch. Smooch on over. Go on. There you go. Go that way. All right. Not really a way to not stress them out a little bit while this is happening. I try not to, but thing that makes you nuts is, or makes me nuts, is when I look in there, the amount of feed that they flung off the feeder into their shavings. It seems like a lot. That's because they're little, and right now their feed is super fine. I found that when they get older, like our first batch of birds, when the birds got big, nobody was wasting food. Okay, I'm almost done. I got the lamp off today because even though it's winter, it's winter in Florida. So, not to hurt the feelings of anybody living up north. I mean, I'm from up there, but yeah, it's winter. It's 82 degrees today. I got sweat dripping off me, so short sleeve shirt might have given it away though. Ooh, that's fresh smell. That's fresh pine shaving smell. Slightly different color. That smells like there's a lot more sap in this wood. I hope that's okay. Hello? Hello? Dude, seriously. I'm gonna put their feed back in. Man, really? I'm trying to do a thing here. No, do not peck at my phone. Anyway, as I was saying, are you gonna do this again, really? So we got 26 of these guys left. They're about, we got them exactly a week ago, and they grow so fast, their little flight feathers are already coming in. And they've at least doubled in size in the first week. We have 2 more weeks in the brooder here. So we take them to about 3 weeks in the brooder. But next week we get another 30 birds. Okay, dude, blocking. Scooch it. Oh my goodness. Camera hog. So we're getting another 30 birds next week, and they'll go on the other side of the brooder because they're starting from scratch, and I don't want to mix them together. And so those 30 birds will be in there for 3 weeks. Now, in another 2 weeks, we'll move these guys out of the brooder and onto the pasture. Now you're just doing it intentionally. Onto the pasture. And that's going to be good. And speaking of, you should see the area where we had the last batch. I moved them twice a day because they poop a lot. And the area where they were and that they scratched up and that they pooped on, that is all coming in so rich and green compared to everything around it. It's awesome. I'll try and see if I can get my son to get his drone out and get us an aerial photo of that. If I'm able to, it'll show up about here. All right. That's it. These guys got clean space. I gave them fresh magic water this morning. I just topped off their feed. I'll leave the light off because it's still warm, so I'll turn that on this evening. And that's it.